Hi everyone, and welcome to Inside Mesa County. I'm Jessica Peterson, Public Relations Director for the county. Energy development in northwestern Colorado has increased significantly in the last several years, in particular natural gas production. So what is Mesa County doing to address energy activity and its impacts on our community? On today's show, we'll take a look at Mesa County's innovative Energy Master Plan, which is currently being developed. We'll explain how and why county leaders are working on a plan to support responsible energy development while maintaining a high quality of life for Mesa County residents.
This is a very exciting project. Mesa County, I believe, is the first county in the nation to undertake the scope that we're taking and the approach that we're taking with our Energy Master Plan, and we believe that it's going to benefit the citizens of Mesa County. What's different about what Mesa County is doing is actually the scope. It's the comprehensiveness of issues that we're going to address. Everything from specifically looking at an inventory of energy resources here, what the regulatory environment is at the federal and state levels, and what gaps exist that would be within our authority to address, to mitigate the impacts of energy development in our community. There actually has not been a comprehensive look that we've found in any community in Colorado or nationally that takes this broad of a perspective at the local level.
Because this project is complex and comprehensive in nature, it'll be divided into several phases. Phase 1 was focused on natural gas production in the Plateau Creek Drainage Basin, including the communities of Colburn and Mesa, as well as the area extended to the eastern Mesa County border. This phase is now complete. Phase 1 also included the creation and public demonstrations of a web-based tool that we'll hear more about now. It's a resource that can be continually updated as the need arises.
The first phase of the Energy Master Plan really dealt with developing a tool that would allow us to look at potential natural gas drill sites and understand what special mitigation measures we may like to see depending on where that drill site or application to permit drilling was located. Was it in a visually sensitive area or an area that may have special noise or geotechnical types of considerations or traffic considerations. That was phase 1.
In areas directly related to energy extraction, Mesa County has created and is now using an Energy Policy Opportunity Map. It's a web-based tool that's available to the public on our website at www.mesacounty.us. Just click on Energy Master Plan from our homepage and then look for the Energy Policy Opportunity Mapping tool.
The Energy Policy Opportunity Map is a really exciting tool both for the public and for the industry. With this tool, we map out areas where we have special mitigation measures that we'd like to see put in place. Whether you're a member of the public or whether you're an engineer in an energy firm who's looking to determine a drill spot, you can locate that specific area on the map, and the tool is going to come back and tell you what types of special local needs need to be considered. Is it in a visually sensitive area? Is it within a certain range of a residential area? What do the road networks look like? Is it in a geotechnically difficult area to develop? And it will also then suggest both to the public and to the engineer who would be developing the site mitigation measures that as a local community we'd like to see to mitigate those impacts. And so it's an exciting tool. The public can be educated then on what special types of needs that we see in the area where a drill location may be located. And also the firms who are developing the energy resource can look at what mitigation measures we're going to expect so that they can plan ahead of time instead of having to adjust plans after the fact, which is always more difficult.
Using the latest GIS tools and databases, Mesa County will continue to incorporate data collected into the county GIS system to update this high-tech planning tool, which is helping to implement the policy directions of the Energy Master Plan.
The EPOM tool is unique because it is using, for one, it's using the latest web technology to be able to represent the spatial information and give it to the public. And for example, we have the ability for the public or any user to do spatial analysis, whether it's buffering for noise or odor, or just to retrieve any mitigation information that the planning department wants to give the public. The EPOM tool and GIS can kind of merge together and display information to the public. And with that, we can also do analysis, spatial analysis. For example, one of our things is to do a spatial buffer for noise. And we can say the noise buffer, I believe it's 500 feet. We can place a point, show the area that's 500 feet around that point, and that way a user of the public or the government could say, okay, for this particular area, we know what impact noise will give to it, as far as the mitigation information that the planning department has produced.
On the EPOM tool, you can find the location of the current active permits, and there are also aerial photos. From that, you can locate wildlife sensitivities, critical range. You can locate streams, water features, water basins, watersheds, roadways. Say if you lived in the Plateau Valley next to Colburn, you can pull up our Energy Policy Opportunity Map, which is located on our website, and look for GIS, and then look for under New EPOM. And you can click on that, and it'll take a few minutes, or maybe a minute or so, and it'll load up a mapping program. And on that mapping program, you have just about all of the layers that we have available in our evaluation. And you can zoom in. We have 2007 aerial photos with about 4-inch resolution. I mean, you can see cars, you can see great detail of what's out there. You can locate the approved permits for oil and gas operations, so you can see where the permits are being issued for. And then you can look at you have measuring tools to find out the distance of your home to those operations.
The Energy Policy Opportunity Map will also be a tremendous resource for county staff when making comments to state and federal governments about the extraction process. The partnership between Mesa County and other government agencies is a critical part of the Energy Master Plan's success.
Yeah, our relationships with the various other permitting agencies, state and federal, are real important. And like I mentioned before, we're fortunate to have a really good working relationship with BLM initially, and with the Colorado Oil and Gas Conservation Commission. State land, the mine land reclamation folks are key to this as well. We're trying to, through this first phase, actually make sure that we're not duplicating efforts, from a regulatory standpoint.
And of course, throughout the development of the Energy Master Plan, citizens have had and will continue to have opportunities to get involved. To find out more, just visit our website at www.mesacounty.us and click on Energy Master Plan from our homepage.
The county has a history of strong public participation in planning processes, and we'll be going out to the public and seeking input various ways through the websites, through public meetings. Some of those things are yet to be determined on how we actually do it in detail with the consultant, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunity for input from the public.
But the planning process will take time because we're not aware of this kind of comprehensive energy master plan having been done anywhere else in the nation. Mesa County is a pioneer in energy planning.
It's a very comprehensive process. It's also, in my opinion, just like a master plan for residential and commercial industrial development. It's something that's going to continue to need to be looked at and refined and adjusted based upon changing times.
So what comes next for the county's energy master plan? Phase 2, which is currently underway, involves doing an inventory of all the local energy resources that are available throughout the county. This phase should be complete by late fall of 2008.
Phase 2 is we're going through a more detailed public process to to really look at our policies and regulatory environment, both the existing regulatory environment at the federal and state level, and then looking at what is currently in place locally and what are the gaps that we need to be exploring to mitigate the impacts of energy development in Mesa County. We're supportive of energy development. However, energy development that's done responsibly and is done in such a way where the impacts to the community are mitigated.
To really focus on getting a good inventory of all the energy resources that are in the community, from all the fossil fuels, uranium, which is seeing a resurgence, and the renewable resources as well, solar, wind, geothermal, those sorts of things, perhaps even some of the bio-based fuels and that sort of thing.
Phase 3 of the Energy Master Plan is yet to come. It includes drafting a policy analysis and recommendations for whether and how to regulate the energy industry in our area. This phase will involve public meetings for interested citizens and should be done by late spring of 2009.
I feel good that we're going to have something that a lot of other communities and counties should have had in place, and that's what's brought them, in my opinion, to have such confrontation in their communities, is that they didn't have an idea of what their community should look like and grow with this type of development, just as you would any other kind of development.
Mesa County has experienced some significant challenges in recent years because of oil and gas development in our area. It's a familiar story to people who lived here in the 1980s and remember the oil shale boom and bust. So what's different about our current situation? We'll take a look at that question in an upcoming episode of Inside Mesa County right here on Cable Channel 12. We hope you'll keep tuning back in as Mesa County's innovative Energy Master Plan develops moving into 2009. We'll keep you posted right here, especially on opportunities for your input. That's it for this week's episode of Inside Mesa County. I'm Jessica Peterson. Thanks for watching and have a great week.